Hey everyone, welcome to the basic concept. So in this particular video, we are going to see all basics around the Evilpunch software. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get started. So I hope you can see my screen. On my screen, I have drawn one picture. So this is like oversimplified example how website works. So this is the server where the website files are, and this is nice guy who wants to see the website and he can access that particular website on his computer. Okay, so that's the like basic like oversimplified example. So when we talk about the server, what is the server? So server might be the AWS server, Hostinger, DigitalOcean, or any cloud provider. Okay, on that cloud provider, someone is putting their website files, and we can simply access that website files on our computer. Okay, that's the basic example. Now, how exactly server will know which file we want to see, or how exactly the file management will happen? How exactly server will know, okay, I want to see login page now, then I want to see the home page, then I want to see the register page? How that will happen? So that's why there is a one engine on this server called nginx. Okay, so the job of the nginx can be whatever the request is coming from that particular guy, get that particular request, check what is that particular request asking for, check if that is available in the files. If it is available, share to the user. Okay, or send that particular to the computer. So yeah, this is how the process works. Right now you might say that okay, n is for nginx, but is that necessary that we supposed to use nginx every single time? No, we call that as a web server. Now don't get confused between server and web server. When we talk about the server only, or with the single word, then we talk about the cloud server, or the server where website is hosted, like this particular black cloud. That's the server. And when we talk about the nginx, like web server, so that's a basically piece of software which is responsible for what is request is saying and what we need to give that particular request. Okay, so that's a basically piece of software which decides which file to share with the which user and what is the user asking, and basically all of that stuff. Okay, now it is not necessary that we should be using nginx in this place. Web server can be anything. Like you can use the Apache web server, you can use the Open Lightspeed web server, or I don't know, you can use any web server, right? There are KDE also available, there are open source softwares also available for the web server, right? So you can use those. Okay, now you have like pretty much basic understanding how exactly website works already. Now, so there are two types of the website. First is static website and second is dynamic website. Now, what is the static website? So let's say if you put the files on this server, then it doesn't need any extra process. The engines can directly interact with it. Whatever the files is needed, it can send to that particular user. Okay, so that what we call as a static website, because the content of the website stays the same. The website doesn't need a login. There is not any process happening on the website. Only the purpose of the website is get the pages, show the pages, that's it. Okay, but what if there is a dynamic process? What if in the website there is a login process? What if in the website there is some data which is changing based on the user actions, right? So in that case, we call that website as a dynamic website. For example, Amazon is like dynamic website, right? eBay is a dynamic website, Facebook is a dynamic website, right? So these are the dynamic website. So in order to run that particular website, we need one piece of software apart from the nginx. Okay, that's what we call the server engine or website engine. That's what we call. Okay, now let me give you one example. Let's say you have the dynamic website and the website is designed into the Django or Python or Flask. So in that case, you need a WSGI server to run those files. If your website is designed in the PHP, Laravel, then this particular engine is going to be different. In case your website is designed in the JavaScript, Node.js, Next.js, then in that case this particular engine is going to be different. So this particular engine is capable of serving the website itself, but we pass that connection to the Nginx, and Nginx exposed to the whatever the real world or outer world is, so that whenever he wants to see the website, first the request will come to the Nginx. Nginx will forward that request to the engine of the website, and the engine of the website will make the decision whatever he wants to make and give the response to the Nginx, and Nginx will send back response to the this particular guy or user. Okay, so yeah, this is how the dynamic website posting works. But what exactly we call the process happening here? Like user request is coming to the Nginx, then going to the website engine. Website engine is sending the response to the Nginx and then going to the user. So Nginx is acting as a middleman here. So we call this connection as a reverse proxy connection, because Nginx is nothing but proxying the this particular website engine, right? So yeah, this particular process we call reverse proxy connection. Okay, now let's try to understand how exactly the Evilpunch works. So this is our visitor. So instead of sending a visitor's request to the directly to the this particular server, which is original server of the website, what Evilpunch does it, the user will send request to the Evilpunch. Evilpunch is also having this particular reverse proxy, which will forward that connection to the Nginx. Nginx again forward that connection to the website engine. Then website engine makes the decision, sends the response to the Nginx. Nginx again send response to the this particular Evilpunch reverse proxy, and then Evilpunch reverse proxy is sending response to the user. So in that case, Evilpunch is only acting as a reverse proxy. It is not doing anything else, just a reverse proxy. Like, for example, I want to sell this particular phone. Then what I will do, I will give that particular phone to the one broker. Broker will add some commission into it, and he will sell that particular phone to the forward. And whatever the profit are there, he will take cut out of that, whatever he commission wants to get, and he will just give me that particular money for my phone, right? So this is how exactly this particular connection work. Okay, now you might be thinking that okay, this Nginx is also doing the reverse proxy, the Evilpunch is doing the reverse proxy. Will that create an issue? No, it will not create the issue, because this particular reverse proxy is a different and it is happening separately, and this particular reverse proxy is happening separately. Both reverse proxies doesn't know about each other. Okay, so that's why Evilpunch will not create any issue. Okay, now hence we are the middleman here. The Evilpunch server is the middleman here. It has a liberty to do whatever he want, right? For example, this particular guy is saying I want to say I want to book the flight for let's say 500 rupees, and I'm going to send the request to the this particular website. So when that particular request comes here on the Evilpunch server has a capacity to change that 500 to the 5000 and then send to the further, and this server will read as a 5000 and it will book for the 5000. Okay, so basically Evilpunch has the capability to read the data from the request, to modify the data in the request, do lots of type of manipulation with the request and response. Okay, that's the power of the Evilpunch right here. Okay, so I hope you understand right now how exactly Evilpunch works. Now you might be thinking that okay, so hence both are the reverse proxy. Are we going to host on the same server? No. Let's assume that this is particular the Google server where the Google website is hosted. So it is hosted somewhere there. Okay, I don't know, in the USA or somewhere it is hosted already. So I don't have access to those server. But what I can do is I can create my own server. It doesn't matter where I create. I can create in the India, I can create in the Indonesia, I can create in the UK, but I can create my own server and install the Evilpunch on this server, so that Evilpunch do act as a middleman right here. Okay, so this is how this particular process work. This server is different and this server is different. So I hope you understand what exactly the Evilpunch is, how exactly it works, and yeah, if you have any question you can put on the FluxxSet.com, which is my website, or you can put into the comment box of the YouTube. And yeah, that's pretty much all in this particular video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.